Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. What is wrong with you guys? What the hell is going on? And what are you guys talking about? Which one should I choose? Should I choose Arcade 1-Up or Iconic Arcade? Let's go over all the points. Are you guys high? What kind of delusion is this? You can't compare two products if one product doesn't work. Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? Oh man, that's crazy. Why is the comparison even being made? Can you imagine? Hey sir, would you like this car? It runs, it's not very good looking, it's a Honda, it's got, a few years on it, but, it's a gas saver, it runs, it's okay. And you have this brand new Kia, brand new import. The transmission has a lot of issues, but it's new. Which one do you want? Nowhere in the world would people be so delusional and crazy to compare two products of which one product doesn't work. Even the game we had to meet, the fixes didn't work. He was fighting at first, remember? He was like, Rexer was calling him out, and he was like, no, it works now. Don't listen to the internet rumors. It's all good now. No, it turns out it's all still shit. John D, where are you? Right? I'm waiting for that second podcast, right? Let's consider the announcement, the first podcast of the community. Man, this fix should have been done already. Now they're pointing out, the sticks feel better on the Arcade 1-Up. Are you kidding me? The sticks feel better on Arcade 1-Up? Oh my. Oh, geez. It's really a shell then. Because the sticks are shit. The RetroPie doesn't communicate with the screen. The screen is not the right size. It's cut off. You have to resize it, and then you get black bars. I mean, geez. It's a customer service nightmare. Amateur hour. That's probably what's really frustrating, I think, to most people. Even, I would think, right, if you're a John D supporter, that you would be frustrated because it was there. It was there for the taking, man. They could have taken over and just said, just shut it down. Because visually, it's not even a contest. Visually, the visuals on the Iconic Arcade are a lot better. It's the it's the insides that are putrid, right? It's the insides that are rotten. Right? It's like a really nice car, great paint job and everything, but the engine and everything else is absolute shit. And these guys are comparing them. Yeah, which would you choose? You could save $150. Oh, that's got to be painful to say, right? I don't think any of them, any single one of them would, even imagine that this day would come where they would be praising Arcade 1-Up over Iconic Arcade. Not for the Street Fighter, not with John D behind it, and John D is MIA, nowhere to be found, which is probably a good idea. I'm telling you, they need to hire somebody else to do their promotions. You just need another face for the company. I mean, he's really not done a good job for himself by selecting the teams that he did, right? Guys, what's the number one rule in business? We always talk about it here when you're selling to customers. Always be on time. Shit, if you're late, if you have to delay, at least make a good excuse, but deliver a quality product. But you're not on time, you're super late, and it doesn't work. And you want top dollar. Top dollar. what wasn't John D fighting out there? He's trying to get it back down to $6.99. Remember what happened? What happened, buddy? I mean, look, when this first thing started, you know, and you could go back to my videos. I'm not a hater. You know, I said, you know, I wish he succeeds. This is a great opportunity. It'd be a good thing for the home arcade community for these things to succeed. But this has gone, geez, the worst way possible from a project management point of view, from, you know, from a public relations point of view, from a quality point of view. It's just an absolute nightmare, right? If you're the guy who invested, if you're the people putting up the money, if you're the guy that says, yeah, let's fork the dollars over for this thing because I think it's going to make it, man, you're sure regretting it now, right? Because if these people that are willing to sell their souls, that will do and say anything that you want them to say for a cabinet, have to reach into the bottom of their pits and admit the absolute failure that this has been, you know, because they're doing side-by-side comparisons, right? Well, this one, you know, has online play. This one, I think they say something like, well, they hinted at it. No, it's printed on the box. It's printed on the box, I think, that has Wi-Fi and, you know, it's going to be working or whatever. It doesn't. You know, there's no competitive play on that. And now that we know that the arcade sticks are not as good as the as the arcade went up. Well, are you really going to choose it? You know, you're going to be on the iconic. Try to get some crossplay in it, you know, in there. Try to get in the same network or whatever. You're getting your butt beat by people, you know, with a yoga flame. Man, you know, it's how would I say? It's comedy for us, right? But when you actually think about it, when you hold the responsibilities of these people in these leadership positions, you know, there's people that jobs are depending on the success of these things, right? People get laid off if things don't go right, if things are poorly planned. And man, you don't want that. You want a strong team behind you. You want good engineering. You want good planning. You want good quality. And, you know, it's always the results in the end that speak volumes, right? You could have a great game. You can talk a great game. You know, and when you go back and you listen to that Justin Wong and in the Masters interview, you know, in their presentation, John D., you know, looking back in time, now it all sounds like bullshit, right? Because we're still waiting, right, for the community podcasts, you know, for all this excitement and shit. Where's the excitement? Nobody's excited. Nobody's excited to pay, you know, $800 for, you know, the virtual Game Boy version of Street Fighter. Could be pink, could be yellow, could be red, with no sound. And now they're doing comparisons. You can't compare two things. If one of the things doesn't frickin' work, man. You guys are insane. All right, humans. I just wanted to get that off my chest in the morning drive. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will catch you on the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care.